Welcome to Rewire Yourself Rich, the podcast for the woman who's done with temporary bullshit mindset shifts and ready for a full nervous system level identity upgrade. The woman who knows she was born to transform the world with her unique superpowers. I'm your host, Kelly Pender, wealth identity rewiring expert, intuitive mentor, and creator of the Rich Coded Method. In our world, we don't manifest like needy ass bitches. We re-encode the big fucking deal wealthy woman back into yourselves. We shift your DNA to remember who the fuck you are. Ready to become rich coded, getting paid to exist? Let's fucking go. Hello, my big fucking deals. So I don't know if you heard, but we became a bestseller and #1 new release. And it's so funny because my body is semi still in shock, but also, well, duh. We've been feeling this feeling for months now. Of course that happened. And my human is just kind of like, holy fucking shit. And so I want to dive into this with you because I have so much to share about how we allowed reality to bend in our favor. But before I even dive in, I just want to thank you so fucking much because I couldn't have done this without you. Right? Like really, truly building a movement and inviting just heart-led, soul-aligned humans in, the women that know that they're meant for fucking greatness, the women that know that they're meant for illogical results, the women that know that anything is fucking possible, even if no one else thinks that it is. The women that know that they're so fucking done following everyone else's rules and they're ready to burn the rules to the ground and do it their way. Because they have all of the abundance, wealth, fame, visibility codes within them. And now they're holding up a mirror to look within themselves and they see everything that's possible for them and what exists for them when they live this way. Living the way as a rich coded woman. I could cry, but I've been crying so much yesterday. Tears might flow, so just a little warning, but we're used to me crying by now. I just want to thank you so fucking much from the bottom of my heart because truly this wasn't just me. This was a we thing. This was us. And I'm celebrating you because you were a part of this moment. This is a moment in history. This is a moment of all fucking moments. Like this is truly one of the biggest moments of my career, of my movement, and you were a part of that. And that feels so fucking good. That feels so nourishing. That feels empowering. That feels like this is what I wanted it to feel for you, so you can let me know how it did feel for you. I wanted it to feel for you watching me, how I was moving, how I was leading, for you to be like, all right, bitch. Look at you making these big, bold, audacious, outrageous claims. And I'm here for it. Like, I'm gonna ride this roller coaster with you because you're showing me that anything's possible. And my hope for you was to see, yeah, you can lead this way. Yeah, you can make bold, outrageous claims that make no fucking sense to anyone else outside of you, but you make it make sense. And so by moving this way, by leading this way, and by you inviting you into our movement and into helping and allowing the book to become a bestseller, my goal for you was to feel so fucking empowered and really tap into that frequency of, God, if she can do it, so the fuck can I, because anything is possible. And so my true goal, subconscious, energetic goal for you was that by you being a part of this movement, by you allowing this book to become a bestseller, is that by you just going onto Amazon and clicking add to cart, clicking buy and sharing to Instagram and writing the review, like, thank you so fucking much. My hope for you was that by making those moves, taking that action, you were encoding this same frequency of a big fucking deal. This same frequency of a best-selling author, of a best-selling book. Whether you have a book or not, I can guarantee it's floating in your field and wants to be birthed at some point in time. My goal for you was to encode the identity of I am the woman who can make any fucking thing happen because I know that infinite possibilities are available to me. So when you listen to this, please let me know how it felt for you on your end, because like I said, that was my subconscious, that was my energetic goal for you. And I want to hear how that felt for you in your body, because we're all about feelings here. Because feelings are what recalibrate your frequency. And your frequency is what communicates to the quantum what you are ready, open, and available to receive. Okay. So like I said, before I dive in, I'm so grateful. Like, thank you is an understatement. I don't even have the words yet. My body is still processing what just happened, what is happening right now, because it happened really fucking fast. Really fucking fast. I'm going to walk you through this. My alarm went off yesterday at like 5:30 a.m. or maybe 5 a.m. I don't know. I got out of bed at 5:30. And at 6 a.m. I'm like, okay, I'm sharing this. I'm going. Like, let's fucking go. It's available. Okay. And less than 12 hours later, it was like around 5:55 p.m. my time. And a little bit before that, mind you, I didn't know that when you put a book on Amazon, you can check to see its rankings. So I didn't check anything. All day, I checked absolutely nothing. The only thing I was checking was my phone that was blowing up from all of you badass, incredible women buying the book and tagging me and sharing to your audience and sharing to your stories. That's all I was checking. Okay. I was just like, we're making it a bestseller. It is what it is. And I went out to a late lunch with my husband, which never happens. He's never available at that time because he's working. So I don't know, something happened. We went out and we celebrated. Then we went to get our kids and I was like, let's get a bottle of champagne. We're celebrating. Duh. This, like, I'm a champagne hoe. I pre-celebrate always. I celebrate when there's not a quote unquote reason to celebrate because, well, what I'm hearing is I am the fucking reason to celebrate. And then guess what? I'm gifted with an actual reason to celebrate. So anywho, we bought a bottle of champagne, and when did I get this message? It was when we were in the car. One of my incredible clients took a screenshot and she was like, Kelly, your book is 111 on the bestseller list. Like, angel numbers, let's fucking go. And I was like, what? This is incredible. And then we got to my parents' house to celebrate, still not knowing anything. And I literally, my mom wasn't home yet. I told my dad, I was like, Dad, this is crazy. I just found out that the book is 111. And once it gets to 100 and before, that's the bestseller. Moments after I told him that, Frankie had a poop, no big deal, took care of that. And then moments later, right before my mom came home, I get a DM, photo, voice memo, and I played it. I'm going to start crying. The same client, soul sister, fucking love, was like, Kelly, oh my God, you claimed it. It's fucking here. I was like, what? Number one new release, hit the bestseller list. At the time, it went from 111 to number 16 on the bestseller list within moments. And I was just in pure shell shock. But also I was like, family, oh my God. I'm just like staring into space as I'm sharing this news with them. And it was just such a fucking moment. Such a moment. Such a moment of support, of I fucking did this. I claimed this months ago. I'm being celebrated. Like, everyone's in on this, you know, and my mentor was texting me being like, or messaging me in Telegram being like, number one, bitch. Like, yes, you fucking did this. And just to have my human who was a little shell shooketh, who was like, huh? Processing the moment. But to have my incredible clients celebrating with me and for me before I could even like fully be like, what? Wow. To have my mentor and other incredible women in our mastermind container celebrate with me, it was just so much fucking love. So much fucking love. And they say all of the time, by they, I mean God, source, universe, that everything that you desire is created from love. And so interesting that I felt so much love in that moment, but of course. And so here's what I want to share with you of how this actually happened and how this actually went down and how I actually bent reality in my favor. And so first and foremost, this journey happened back in October. It was about the month of October. So November was the very first time that I spoke on stage. And of course, it wasn't just a stage. It was 100-foot Tony Robbins LED stage. And before that event, I felt this vision and this desire to write a book. But truly, and here's what I want you to know, because I share the real raw shit. It didn't feel like it was time at all. It didn't feel like, it felt like this. My human being like, well, what the fuck do you have to say in a book? How are you going to, obviously I know, but my human was like, how are you going to take your body of work and beautifully have it flow into a book? I don't know. But I allowed myself to hear my human, hear all the bullshit that it was spewing my way. Lady Logic was like wearing the crown. She was being queen bee, bitch. And I heard what she wanted to say. And I was like, no, I'm not going to fully listen. Back then I did listen a little bit, and that's okay. That's okay. No big deal. And so here's the thing. Here's what I want you all to know and why I'm such a big fucking proponent of mentorship, because I shared that thought. It was just a thought. It wasn't even fully a desire yet. I shared that thought with my mentor, and she didn't make me do it by any means, but she held me to a higher standard and to a greater vision that I couldn't fully see yet and I couldn't fully feel yet at the time. Okay. And this is why I have the standard of always working with a mentor and not just any old motherfucking business coach. No, the mentors who can really see your potential, see where you're going. They can tap into your greater vision with you, even when you're like, this is like 5 years away. They're like, no, it's not. It's 5 months away. Let's fucking do it. And so that was number one, just having a mentor, having someone in my corner who lit the fire under my ass, right? Truly. Otherwise, you just have these thoughts, you have these ideas, and you just sit on them. And we're not here to just sit on our ideas, because guess what happens? Those ideas transmit to other people, and then the people who move and take action, even though it makes no fucking sense, they're going to move with those ideas. And then it's like, what? So side note, when an idea comes your way, when a vision comes your way, when a thought comes your way, it's meant for you. Why else would you fucking have it? You wouldn't. It's meant for you, and it's a gift from your quantum rich coded self, from your multi-million-dollar movement leader version of you. It's a gift. It's a blessing. And it's a gift and a blessing that scares the absolute shit out of you. And that, my love, is what you are meant to move with. That is what you're meant to lead with. And again, the standard that we have here is working with a mentor, with a leader who holds you to that standard when your human wants to be like, no, I don't want to write a book. I don't have the time. I think you now know my story. I wrote this book during nap time. I wrote this book. I would get up at 5:30, 6 a.m. on the weekends and go in my office and write the book. And then it got to be, I don't know, whatever time, 10:30 and 11. And I'm like, hey, I need a break. And then I would hang out with my family. You can make the time, even though when Lady Logic is saying to you, I have no fucking time. You can make the time. You can make the time because you are the woman who moves in alignment with your greater visions, with your desires, even though they make no fucking sense. Because you're the woman who makes it make sense. You're the woman who makes the impossible possible. Okay? And then, so here's something that I need you to know. I guess I'm new to the book world. Yes, I am. I'm new to the publishing world. And so there's so many ways that you can work with a publisher. There's so many ways that you can work with so many incredible fucking human beings on this planet to allow you to structure your book, write the book, like have a bestseller, have a publisher, all of those things. I want you to know that I didn't move forward working with anyone in that capacity because I wanted to do it myself, because I wanted to make the impossible possible. I think it's fucking incredible when women work with a publisher. I think it's fucking incredible when women work with, the bestseller strategy and whatnot. I chose to not do any of those things because I wanted to be the leader who always says, do it your motherfucking way. Do it your motherfucking way. Burn the rules to the ground. Fuck everyone else's, whatever. Again, I honor other people's bodies of work and strategy, but I wanted to do it my way. I wanted to make the impossible possible. And I fucking did because I was open to support in my world. And one of my incredible clients who you've met, if you were there, Rich Coded Live, if you met on our virtual Rich Coded Summit, Anna, she is our fairy book mother, and she's inside the Rich Coded Book Club, and she gave the most incredible guidance and support. And so I had the support. I didn't have the strategy because I didn't want the strategy, because you know how I am. I used to be a strategy slut, and now I'm like, I'm moving with quantum, baby. I'm going to make this fucking happen. And so I did have incredible support, and I love her. And if you are considering writing a book and you're like, I have no fucking idea where to start, but I know that I have a message that's going to impact the world, please reach out to Anna Bartolucci. She is our fairy book mother. She is the shit. Okay. Shameless plug-in. So I chose the route of self-publishing. I didn't know all that entailed. I didn't know all that it entailed to actually write the book. It is a little bit more work than I thought it was. And by a little, I mean a lot, but that's okay. I didn't know what it entailed to actually publish a book, to become a publisher, Rich Coded Publishing, to have the ISBN numbers. Again, Anna guided me through that, which is amazing. I didn't know the back end of putting your book on Amazon and all the categories and all the things. I left out the formatting of the book. I left out the cover design of the book, right? Those are things that I outsourced. Those are things that I hired others to do, to design the book and to do the formatting, right? I highly recommend to outsource. However, there were things that I did not want to outsource. I wanted to self-publish. I wanted to, please hear me when I say this, and there's nothing wrong with any route that you choose because you're the one who gets to make a choice. You're the one who knows what feels best for you. I wanted to self-publish, and I wanted to become a best-selling author without anyone else's help, aka without the help of a publisher. I wanted to do it through frequency. I fucking did it. That was my whole desire. Okay. I didn't even share that in the beginning. It was beyond just becoming a bestseller. The desire was me becoming a bestseller through my frequency and through encoding that frequency along the pathway of every stage that I've spoken on since November, every fucking incredible female leader and entrepreneur that I met along the way, these soul connections that we met, that frequency that I've been carrying and encoding of bestseller, of that bitch, unapologetic, like fully expressed, fully paid, just big fucking deal energy, infinite possibilities are available to you. I chose to encode this frequency and to be the living, breathing embodiment of my body of work. I chose to be the walking, energetic billboard of Rich Coded. And as I met so many fucking incredible women along the way, guess what? They wanted to support me. They wanted to be a part of it. And it's not something that I had to try. It's not something I had to try. But it is something that I had to allow myself to be shameless about and to be audacious about and with. And so from November to, what month is it? May, the very beginning of May, so 2 weeks ago, I spoke at Global Icon Live, co-hosted and emceed that event, which was once a desire of mine, and boop, there it is. And the next day on the yacht, I was like, wow, that was such an expander for me. I've never in my life spoke on stage, emceed the whole event, facilitated tap and twerk, and, was just on and present and with people. Like, that was new for me. But it feels really fucking good to stretch. It feels really fucking good to allow yourself to go to your edge, to allow yourself to say yes to something that scares you. Why? Because your frequency is communicating your desires for you every fucking day, every moment of every day. And you're going to see that when you're in this frequency that's encoded from the identity that we install here inside Rich Coded, you're going to see all these opportunities come your way that are like, what? Huh? I used to want this 3 years ago and it felt like I was waiting for it. And now they're just coming. Now they're just coming out of what feels like thin air. Yeah, because your frequency is available for those opportunities. So there is no more trying. There is no more pushing. There is no more hustling and whatever the fuck, because we're no longer strategy sluts. And it feels like, is this even real? But that's just lady logic, you're human talking, because yeah, it's so fucking real. Because life gets to be easy. Money gets to be easy. Business gets to be easy. We were just taught otherwise. So as you rewrite the narrative, as you rewrite your own rules around how wealth, fame, visibility works for you, you're going to encode a new identity. You're going to install a new frequency. You're going to have new behaviors. You're going to move as her, lead as her, act as her, and you're going to hold yourself to a higher standard. And when you do that, when you live as her, move as her, what's the word for frequency? Emit the frequency as her, reality bends in your favor, right? This is when wealth, fame, and visibility can and will respond to you. And this is when you're popping off and it's like, what the fuck? This is incredible. This is what I've always wanted. And it's like, yeah, and this is now your baseline. This is now how it gets to be for you. And this is just the motherfucking beginning, and it only gets better and better and better from here. Okay, I went off on a tangent. So Global Icon Live, that stretched me in the best fucking way possible. Next day, we were on a yacht. Oh, so fun. Masterminding on the yacht. And our fearless leader and host, Priscilla, was asking all of us 3 things. And I shared what was coming up for me. And the final one was one ask. And so my ask was, when the book goes live on Amazon, which is very, very soon. I did not have the exact date at the time. I was still marinating on that because, it does take some logistics to do the back end of putting a book on Amazon. But I said, when the book goes live on Amazon, my ask is that everyone buys a copy, tags me on Instagram, shares it, and also writes a testimonial. And I said that just so nonchalant, but I could feel in my body that I was like, wow, Kelly a year and a half ago would be like shy girl, maybe more 2 years ago. But that would have taken a lot of me to ask that. And you might be like, Kelly, that makes no sense. You're so, extrovert. You're so confident and whatever. And you know what that is? It's just an old wound passed down from generation to generation to generation where it's like, don't ask that. You're being too much. You're trying to be center of attention. You're trying to be all eyes on you. Everyone help me. I'm pausing for the cause for anything that wants to be seen, heard, and witnessed for you. And the thing is that I don't sweep those thoughts, those old beliefs under the rug. We don't do that here. We process them. We pull any unresolved emotions from them. We hear what our body, what our frequency wants to hear, see, witness, so that we can detach from it, so that we can move forward. And so that's something that I've been integrating and up-leveling behind the scenes to allow myself to become shameless, to allow myself to become audacious. And these are words, I know this, and again, I'm going to go off on a little riff, but this is going to land the plane. These are words that you see online. I know that. Like, and I use them, shamelessly selling, audacious as fuck. The audacity, right? Like you see that and you hear me say that. And those words aren't just words. And if those words feel like just words to you, that's telling me that we got to encode the frequency and identity behind it. Because there's such a difference when a leader is like, yeah, I'm shameless. Yeah, I'm audacious. And I go and do a seduction signal sales audit on your Instagram. Sorry, not sorry. And I can see you're carrying shame. I can see you don't have the audacity. Your energetic balls have not grown yet. That was funny. Okay. And so this is what I say all the time in my body of work. Shame is the biggest emotion that's cock blocking you from your desires. No, you do not have a money block. No, you do not have a visibility block. However, you've got some shame wounds going on there. Okay. You got some shame, and that turns up as a visibility wound. That turns up as a money wound. Okay. And we don't just put a Band-Aid over a wound. No, thank you. I want to heal. And I'm not saying that healing is going to take your whole fucking life and you can't move while you're healing. However, we got to look at where you're carrying shame. And so unbeknownst to me, but this is the work that I do, I had shame in the past around asking others to support me, around asking others to be a part of my movement, right? And isn't it interesting that my body of work now is like you leading your movement as the fearless, shameless, savage, audacious leader? Because when you do that, when you encode that identity, when you encode that frequency, everything fucking shifts for you in the best way possible. But you first have to clear out this, well, if I do that, I'm going to be seen as full of myself. If I do that, I'm going to be seen as conceited. If I do that, I'm going to be seen as a bitch, like an actual bitch, right? Here's the thing. You know who you are. You know who you are at your core, in your heart, in your soul. So when you know who you are, other people can project onto you. Other people can spew their shit towards you. Other people can tell you you're cringe. I get that quite often. Other people can, like, what's it called? Keyboard, whatever the fuck, and say mean comments to you on social media. But when you know who the fuck you are, that no longer shakes you, breaks you, or makes you wobble. Because you cleared the shame. You put down this like armor of shame. And you put on this hot ass outfit that makes you feel fucking good, where you're fully expressed unapologetically that bitch. And it's not just an outfit. That feeling is encoded in your frequency. And that stems from new standards and behaviors that you implemented to encode into this new identity. And it truly is the truth of who the fuck you are and who you came here to be. Where this frequency, this identity isn't tainted with anyone else's rules, anyone else's standards, anyone else's way of being, anyone else's like how they run their business, how they speak. It has nothing to do with anyone else. It has everything to do with you. And when you allow yourself to feel what it is that you fucking want, right? I led you guys through this yesterday on our activation portal. 5 hours before we became a bestseller, and I claim that with conviction. I actually want you to listen to that part. It's in the very beginning where I share how convicted, I mean, you won't just see it, you're going to feel the conviction. I shared how this is such an exciting day because we're making a bestseller. And there is no other option. And I want you to listen to that because conviction is what changes everything for you. And again, what I was saying, shameless, audacious, conviction, when those stop just becoming words that you say and those become feelings that are encoded in your frequency and you move as the shameless woman, you move as the audacious leader, you move convicted as fuck, where you are just unshakable in your conviction, fully expressed as you, as all of who the fuck you are, that is when reality bends in your favor. And that's when we no longer give losing or failing an option. Is that an option? According to Lady Logic, it sure shit is. But we're not led by logic. We're led by the quantum. We're led as the rich coded women. There is no other motherfucking option except to win. There is no other motherfucking option except for it all to work out for you. There is no other motherfucking option except for your desire to come in. Because you decided to own that you actually want your desire. Instead of half-ass owning it. Instead of being like, oh yeah, it'd be cool if my book became a bestseller, but like, I don't know. That is just tainted in shame. And so many women are too afraid to say what the fuck they actually want and go all the way the fuck in because they're too busy giving airtime to the possibility of it not working out. Do you know how many times I went after a goal and it didn't fucking happen? Here I still am. You're still hearing my voice. You can hear me breathing. I'm still alive. You're going to live through it. And you're not just going to survive, you're going to fucking thrive. But you have to allow yourself to go from just surviving, just half-assing it, into thriving by fully claiming and going all the way the fuck in on what it is that you want. And so since November, just to land the plane with this concept, since November, I've been claiming, even though my audacity with it, even though my boldness with it, even though my shamelessness with it wasn't 100%. I've been boldly claiming that this book is becoming a bestseller since November, before the book was fucking written. Before I even had an event, a location for the event, before I even sold tickets to my event, which was the book launch for the event, to a book that wasn't even written yet. I was still shamelessly, boldly, and audaciously claiming that this book was becoming a bestseller. Did you hear me when I said that wasn't 100% yet? How did it become 100%? I practiced it every fucking day until it began to feel normal in my body. And so again, yesterday, if you were there live for the activation, or if you watch the replay, it's in this, it's in the lounge. Okay. It's in the very beginning, within the first 5 minutes, you'll hear me say it. That was full mind, body, Frequency, soul, fucking conviction. And that conviction didn't happen overnight. That certainty didn't happen overnight. That audacity didn't happen overnight. That shamelessness, shamelessly claiming we're making this a bestseller, even though I had no fucking idea. Human-wise, Lady Logic. But I knew it because I could feel it. Because I could feel what it felt like to be a bestseller. And I taught you that yesterday on the live activation and in the replay. I connected to the emotion of it. Because to be honest, I don't know visually what it actually looks like to become a bestseller. The vision in my eyes was completely different than what it actually looked like in real life. So I saw it in my mind's eye, kind of. But what I did and what I focused on is what it felt like to become a bestseller. And didn't you hear me say just moments ago, or whenever I started this, so much love, so much support, so much just, I'm so fucking proud. I have been encoding the frequency of proud since November. And every time I felt that feeling, not every day, but when I really, really felt how fucking proud I am that I did this, that I claimed it, that it happened before it even existed, I would cry. Yesterday at 6:30 a.m. when I went out to do my meditation, which is me connecting to the frequency, one of the rich coded rituals, I felt that feeling of I'm so fucking proud. And in that moment when I was outside in my meditation chair in the tree or whatever, I started crying because I felt like the book already became a bestseller. But all I did, quote unquote, in reality is I shared with others that it was live on Amazon. I had no proof or evidence that it would actually become a bestseller. But we don't need the proof or evidence to feel what it feels like to have the desire here in our reality. And I fucking felt it. And I cried. Because when you're so fucking proud of yourself, when it's like, oh my God, the version of me 3 to 5 years ago, oh, she would have been scared shitless to speak on stage. She would have been scared shitless to write a book. She would have been scared shitless to be featured in a magazine or do a photo shoot for that matter. She would have been scared shitless to ask other people to help allow this book to become a bestseller. And look at her now. And when you see how you're moving now, how you're leading now, how you're operating now, don't you feel so fucking proud of yourself? I could cry just feeling that for you. So proud. And yesterday during that activation, I felt so, I couldn't see you, I had my eyes closed, but I felt so much emotion when we got to the, I'm so fucking proud of myself. And I know that many of the women there were crying. I could feel it for them. And when I'm not saying you have to cry for reality to bend in your favor, but it's like when you can feel the emotion of it so strong as if it's already real, as if it's already here, it's already done. It has no other fucking option except for it to come in, except to become your reality. Because you're the woman who no longer gives it any other option. The only option is winning. The only option is it's working out. The only option is I fucking did it. The only option is I made it happen. The only option is I made the impossible possible. That's the only motherfucking option. And when you practice not giving airtime to any other options that your human lady logic wants to bullshit and spew all over you, and when you practice only giving the option and binge listening to the podcast of the option of the only option is winning. The only option is it's working out for me. And then take it a step beyond that and encode the frequency of what it would feel like for you to see, again, the example I'm using here because it just happened, to see your book becoming a bestseller. And when you feel that with no proof, no evidence of it, hello. Of course reality is going to bend in your favor. Duh. What a fucking gift. What a fucking gift that you Crack the code to life. What a fucking gift that you're choosing life to be easeful, that you're choosing life to be light, that you're choosing your desires to be light, to be fun. They get to be fucking fun. I've had so much fun along the way. So much fun. And my practice of normalizing this and normalizing the frequency was along the way, every woman that I met, I'm like, yeah, this is a best-selling book. It's not available yet, but it will be. I practiced saying that. That's what allowed my shamelessness, my audacity, my boldness, my conviction to go from like a 45 fucking percent to 111%. I practiced it. Do you think strategy normalized that for me? No. I did. I made that choice. You get to make the choice. You are the one who's in control. You are the one who's in control of your frequency. You're in control of your behaviors. You're in control of your standards. You're in control of your identity up-leveling or your identity staying the exact fucking same. You've always been in control. You just fucking forgot because you forgot who the fuck you are. You forgot how capable you are. You forgot the infinite possibilities are available to you. And you're remembering it and waking up to the truth of who the fuck you are right now in this very moment. Because you, my love, are the woman who makes the impossible possible. You are the woman who creates illogical results. Because you go after what you want. You go after your desires. You make it make fucking sense. Because you know you're meant for greatness. You know you're meant for massive global impact. You know you're meant for massive wealth, fame, visibility. And so you move as her. You don't give airtime to any other option. There is no like, oh, well, what if it doesn't work out? So the fuck what? Here we still are. And we go from surviving to thriving. And it all starts with your frequency and identity. So this is my story of how I've encoded best-selling book for the past 6 months. Okay? This didn't happen overnight. And that's really important for me to share with you because so many people are like, oh my God, this girl's success happened overnight. No, it fucking didn't. And I will never lie to you and say it didn't. Encoding the frequency of success takes practice until it's normalized. Becoming the famous 5-figure day woman takes practice until it's normalized. And your human will wobble. Your human will lady logic, knock, knock, knock on your door and spew bullshit on you. Which is why it's so important to have support. Which is why it's so important to work with and have the standard of working with a mentor who sees you in all of your gifts, God-given gifts, your wealth weapon, and has the vision of where you're going and holds you to that standard. To keep you going in alignment, moving in the direction of your greater vision, moving in the direction of your massive impact, moving in the direction of your movement, of your massive wealth, fame, and visibility that you know you fucking want. And you're the one who goes after it. Delusionally, whatever the fuck, with unshakable conviction. Okay? This is what you get to practice every single fucking day until it's normal. That's how you lock in your next level. And then guess what? It's rinse and repeat until the next level and the next and the next and the next. Because you came here, your soul came here to enjoy the richness of life. So of course you're always up leveling. Own it. Be it. Lead from that energy. And that's exactly what the Rich Coda book is. It's quite literally a rinse and repeat for every single fucking time you up level. So whenever you're feeling uncomfortable, whenever you're feeling like, oh my God, is this possible? I don't know. It's like, open the book and just dive into chapter 1 and 2 and you're good to go. You're good to go. You're going to break free from those lies, from the distortion of the truth, from the bullshit, from your lady logic, and you're going to allow yourself to move forward. Oh my gosh. I love you so much. I'm still a little shooketh of like, is this real? Yeah, it fucking is. That's normal too. I need you to know. I share that with all of my clients. I'm like, this is normal. Your body just hasn't caught up yet. Your human is like, meh. That's very normal. That's what happens when you move from the quantum. It takes a little bit of like, ooh, recalibration to like fully land and click in. Okay. If you have not bought the book yet, girl, I have nothing else to say. You already know. Hello. You know where to find the link. You can DM me the word book. Thank you so much for those who have purchased the book, wrote the reviews on Amazon. Thank you so much for being a part of this movement, for being a part of the moment that the book became a bestseller. I mean, #1 new release. That's like, I never visualized that. That's beyond the visual that I even set for myself. And that's what happens here. That's how it gets to be for you. I love you. You're incredible. You're meant for greatness. Own it. Move as the shameless leader that you are, audaciously, boldly, savagely. Like, you're meant for illogical results. So have that be your standard and only lead from that frequency, from that state. Okay? Hold yourself to that higher standard. And when you can't, I sure fucking can. And if you're ready for mentorship, if you're ready for support for your illogical results in your business, in your life, in your bank account, in your visibility, Rich Coded Mastermind is for you. DM me the word mastermind, flirt with the application. Let me see your goals. Let me see where you're going. We'll see if you're a good fit. I don't do pressure. I don't do force. That's not the vibe. You know the vibe. However, I do see what you can't see. So I'll probably share where you're meant to go or what I'm seeing circling your field with your next level in your business. I love you so much. Thank you truly is an understatement. I still don't have words. This is still fresh. This just happened. Bestseller, #1 new release. What? Yes, duh, of course. And what? Have a beautiful rest of your day. Let's keep this energy, this momentum going of bestseller energy. I mean, why don't you, if you're writing a book, why don't you just claim that you're writing a best-selling book now? Let's make that the only fucking choice, the only fucking option. All right. I love you so much. Thank you for being a part of this moment, a moment I will never, ever, ever forget. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and I'll be talking to you soon. Mwah. If you loved this episode as much as I did, please take a screenshot and tag me on Instagram so I can share you and your incredible body of work to my network and celebrate you. And as a special abundance gift, please give us a 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts. Take a screenshot, send it to me on Instagram, and I'll send you my sexy sales hypnosis to rewire yourself rich in your sleep.